So the legend, hip hop superstar, super producer, Dr. Dre recently came out and said in an interview that there's a lot of artists on social media right now that are overexposing themselves, so to speak. Because back in the 90s, since social media didn't exist, there was this mystique that artists carried in their branding. You didn't see every part of their life. They weren't always in front of you, talking about what they have going on. There was a lot of secrecy that was there, and it kind of benefited artists because it left fans wanting more and maybe even had the artists in higher demand so that fans could kind of get more proximity to them and kind of feel like who the artist was. But he doesn't think that necessarily exists today. What I want to talk about is that really a thing? Like, is there a benefit there for fans and followers having a lack of access to the life of an artist or the daily ins and outs of what an artist is doing? Or should artists continue to push themselves, to expose themselves, and to, be on social media as much as possible? What do you think?
I think it depends on your personality and the genre you're in. I think he probably said that because that's the type of person he is.
I can see that.
Yeah, so he's a lot of times what people will do is they'll take their experience and superimpose it on others.
Facts.
Versus just saying like this type of person is like that anyway. Just let them do that.
Yeah.
If that works for them.
Wow.
Like there's nothing wrong with wanting to be private, and there's nothing wrong with being public to a certain degree. Like I wouldn't spill all your business
right.
out there for wisdom's sake.
Yes.
Not just, I'm like this, so I'm going to tell about what's going on in my home. That's just not wise.
Yeah.
But to a certain degree, I mean, it's kind of like the difference between people who maybe they want to take a bunch of pictures of their kids and post it on social media, and other people are like, no, I don't really want to take all that many pictures of my kid and post it on social media because I just don't want to. Like, there's there's weirdos out there.
Yeah, facts.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with either view.
Yeah.
So, Dre and talking about branding, essentially, like if your brand is to be public and to be very personal with your fans, like a lot of your fans probably came to you for that. Like they probably started with you because you were more transparent than other people, and that's why they picked you.
Yeah.
And if you're the type that you're more mysterious and you have mystique about you, like they probably were intrigued with that about you. So you can stick with that too. Like
so you could win either way.
Yeah. Huh. So like the marketing around that, I think it plays off the type of person you are. I don't think there's one central path.
Yeah.
You have to post every day versus you have to post once a week. Like you could also compare this to doing SEO. So some people who write articles or will upload videos on YouTube or whatever, like they do it once a week.
Yeah.
Some people do it once a month. Some people do it once a day. And you can do well with any strategy. Like some people just make a super piece of content. Like they'll have one article that's like a jumbo, like has a bunch of different links in it. It's really long, but it's really helpful. And they would rather just spend their time working on that and try to rank that. And then another person, like news networks, might come out with like 5 articles a day, right? Or like 10 articles a day. And they're trying to rank for like whatever we can.
Yeah.
Like just throw it all out there and something's going to rank.
Yeah.
And that works for news networks, right?
Yeah.
And then, there's news shows that have like a weekly wrap up and that works for them. So I think there's enough people in the market that you can find your place in there. If it burns you out to do it once a day, then you don't have to do that.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, you can get in where you fit in, essentially.
That's a really refreshing take because I think with this huge hustle culture that we have out there now that's telling you to like always be present, always be visible, post this, post that. And I think that's the voice that I hear for the most part when I'm looking at social media platforms and YouTube. I hear a bunch of influencers saying, you gotta stick with the grind and make sure you post stuff daily, hourly if you can. But I think what matters most is you kind of staying true to yourself and figuring out like what works for you. Because like you said, there's enough people in the market that might connect with you. And if you don't stay true to yourself, you're going to miss the people that you were supposed to be influencing, the people that you were supposed to be kind of having a part of your tribe, so to speak. And instead you're going to, maybe attract a bunch of people that you can't, because you can't keep up with this character that you've created or this bandwidth that you've created for yourself. You're not going to be able to keep up with the demand after that season, and it's just going to be crazy. But yeah, I think it's really good for us to hear that it's not always about, it's not really one way or the other. Like, you can win both ways.
Yeah, you definitely can. I mean, so there's some things that are more important than exposure and money, right? You could work 80 hours a week, but that's also not healthy a lot of the time. Facts. So, like, are you going to miss out on some things if you don't work that extra 30 hours, 40 hours? Like, yeah,
for sure.
You are, but your opportunity cost of your sanity and spending time with your family is, in my eyes, that is better.
Opportunity cost. Yeah.
Like, just that's your trade-off. Like, would you grow faster if you did do all the other things?
Yeah.
But at the cost of, losing yourself, no. I don't think it's worth it.
Opportunity cost isn't just limited to money.
No, opportunity cost is everything.
Wow.
Everything in life is opportunity cost. Yeah, your opportunity cost of, going to work every day is still like you're giving up something else. Like you choose to do, you choose to spend your time where you want to spend your time.
Yeah.
Whether it be in your business and your music and your home life and whatever you're doing. So if you want to go out with your friends on Friday night, that's still opportunity cost.
Facts.
Like, it might be the best choice for you at that time. So, but you're still always giving up something.
Yeah, 100%. That's good. It makes sense.